has got stuff outside of it, and she's obviously got a very supportive family, supportive network around her that are helping her come back from that injury and get back out there on the international scene.
Yeah, well, Becky will be out any second now. We can see the gymnast coming out. Georgia Vuila is out, and Becky will be next, so let's just see how she's looking. Here she comes. Relishing the opportunity. Becky was the 4th highest qualifier. Already has a team gold, as we were talking about there as well. Lisa Wallen, 8th highest qualifier. Now Alicia D'Amato, who's this gymnast here, just stepping up. Now she was the highest qualifier. Just seen her sister get a silver on vault. And Elizabeth Seitz is the 3rd highest qualifier. So there's great pedigree in here. Actually, Seitz and Becky will know each other well. They've battled it out, haven't they, for many a year? Yeah, I mean, Seitz has been on the international scene for a long time. She's done 3 Olympic Games and she was European champion. So there's a lot of gymnasts in this final that have won medals. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really close final, and it will literally come down to the 10th. Yeah, well, we'll allow the gymnasts to warm up both on bars and on rings. And we'll hear from Rhys McClenaghan, who just a few moments ago was talking to Betty Glover.
Rhys, you're European champion like you were back in 2018. Are you proud to have your title back?
Yeah, I'm still here. That's a nice way to put it.
Obviously, you started the competition. You were up first. You were also the favourite. How did you deal with that pressure?
There's pressure every time I compete, and I think I put the same pressure on myself in every single routine I do, whether that be in training or at these major internationals. But I had an anxious weight there. I don't like anxious weight, so I know what I need to improve on. I need to glue those legs together and not make those mistakes again, and make sure I come out on top in even better fashion than I did today.
I noticed after your routine that you didn't punch the air like you usually do. Did you know that you had more to give out there?
Yeah, for sure. There was mistakes in that routine, but you know, the consistency's there. There's no major errors. There's no falls off the pommel. I didn't fall this whole entire year yet, maybe.
Touch wood.
But no, still happy with the consistency, and I'm happy that there's more work to be done.
How did it feel coming into a major competition as world champion? Did that kind of create a different challenge?
I guess it does, yeah. But again, I kind of put all of the pressure on my shoulders. I don't let outside pressure get to me. So even the routines I do in training, I put that pressure on myself. So it's quite identical when it comes to competitions like this.
What do you say to yourself before you go out there and compete?
I rely on the numbers I've done in training. It's just another routine. That's what my coach tells me just before the routine, and that's exactly what it is.
Well, congratulations, well done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Rhys McClenaghan there, retaining his European title that he won back in 2018. And talking of titles, this man here is going for rings European title number 7. It's not going to be an easy task, but he's fresh. And what a story it would be for Eleftherios Petrunius to become European champion 7 times.
Absolutely incredible, Matt. And I'm just looking down of all the finals in this European Championships, and I would say this is probably the most difficult final. It's got everything on it. Olympic champion, world champions in it, obviously European champions. So it's going to be really tough for Courtney to get into the medals. It's not a foregone conclusion. We know he's right up there. He's got the capabilities, but, you know, the current Olympic champion qualified in 4th place. It tells you the level of this competition, and Petrunius really is a champion amongst champions, and some of these new names as well. And same for bars as well, Chris, do you think?
Yes, I mean, D'Amato's been the top qualifier. And she was consistently yesterday in the all-around. She was the top on the bars as well. But there's several of them that can, you know, you only need a tiny error. There's several of them with a similar start score. Actually, Becky Downey has the highest, or in qualification, she posted the highest difficulty score of 6.3. And that is a routine she can do, so we would hope to see it replicated.
Well, I'm on for Bex to win a medal. I'm feeling confident today. I've got the vibes. I'm sending them down the airwaves.
I was feeling great for her in that all-round and in the team final, I should say, and she did incredibly well.
She had faith in your belief.
There we go.
So this is then the men's European rings final. First up, Nikita Simonov of Azerbaijan.
Oh, very strong on this piece of apparatus, naturally. Gymnasts have to hit the held positions for the required 2 seconds. Swing to strength, that's good. The inverted crucifix. Gymnasts have to swing as well. The guy's got really good lift on the swinging. Swing to strength, back up rise into the Maltese. Crucifix. He's got a swing to handstand. Back up rise into the top planche, legs locked together. That's the requirement. Good position in the handstand. Lovely straight line from fingertips to toes. Winds up, big dismount. Full twisting double straight. Just that little step on landing, but a very good routine. This is going to be a really tight contested rings final, Matt.
Oh, there's no question about it. It's all going to be won and lost on the landings. I was talking to Gianni about this earlier on, and yeah, there's not much between them once they're on the rings, but it's all about the height and whether or not they can stick that final move.
Well, in terms of difficulty level, the span is from 5.9 to 6.3, so 0.4 in terms of difficulty is what separates the lowest qualifier to the highest qualifier, and so really it is all just on tiny margins.
Naomi Visser, first to go, 21 years old, and also in the floor final. She's been in a few European finals herself.
Beautifully elegant gymnast, and that was a good opener. The Kachev with a half turn. Oh, she had to use a little bit of strength over that, but nicely up to the high bar. Full of difficulty. She would have hoped to get the feet straight on there. Had to take the extra up start, but that was a nice chuck with half turn. Here. Oh, and she just went early. To be honest, she was competing last night, and it's not massively surprising to see that she's a little bit weary today. The timing on these pirouettes is so fine, and she just went a fraction early.
Well, what a shame. I mean, she was the second highest qualifier, so the medal door is open.
It is indeed. So she needs this half turn. She'll do it again and make sure she gets over into the full turn, into the dismount. The full pirouette is an element that you have to include. If you don't include it, you lose half a mark. So she knew she had to get back on and do it.
And a bit like on the men's high bar, you have to hit the handstand, otherwise you get severely punished by the judges. And obviously, going for that full turn to hit the handstand, didn't just put her feet over the bar enough. But this was beautiful, catch on full stretch. The transition down to the low bar. Takes the upstart. And also with the full twist and before the dismount, she goes straight into the dismount. The feet came off there.
Yeah. Into
trouble a little bit. And you can sort of see from when that happens, it's hard graft.
Nikita Simonov scores 14.566. So a big score to start with.
Well, he doesn't look very happy with that, does he? A bit of a head shake, but big score.
Well, Marco Lodadio of Italy was a big part of the team that won gold in the team final. He's had a good few silvers at world level in 2019 and 2021. He was second at the European Championships back in 2019 as well on this piece of apparatus, and a bronze at the World Championships the year before that.
and has a 6-3 difficulty.
Oh, that's a very impressive start. Pull from vertical straight up into the top planche. I was going to say you have to go way back in the history books not to see an Italian gymnast in a rings final. The days of the great Yuri Keke. Swing to inverted crucifix, for me a little bit high. You need to be dead level with the rings, but a good swing into the strength, the Maltese into the crucifix. Lovely front somersault into crucifix there, known as the Homna. Needs to swing into handstand, and he does. Great extension in the arms. Double twisting, double back. Good, solid landing. Again, 14.633 in qualification. Another one. This is such a tight group.
Well, he's nailed that landing, so that is key. I mean, this is going to be very, very close. Lean, isn't he?
Very clean. Legs locked together on all these somersaults. The Italian team, I mean, they won quite convincingly the team competition. And they look full of talent.
Well, what a shame for Naomi Visser. 11.8. Very uncharacteristic of her.
Like I said, for these gymnasts who were in the all-around competition, it's quite a tough schedule.
Zoya Sekai of Hungary next. She was in the all-round. She finished 17th. See how she's feeling.
Now does her pirouette early, stalled a full into Shap and pack salto, so she's got two requirements out of the way straight away. And her release and recatch, that was an efficient Ginger. So this routine is really quite efficient. Here comes the forward element, the Jaeger somersault. She's pretty much fulfilled all the requirements now. Another good full pirouette into a dismount. Short routine, full of difficulty, and that's a little bit the secret.
Yeah, efficiency.
That was a fantastic routine. Says she qualified in 7th position.
Yeah, she probably hasn't got the big bonuses, you know, sort of. But the one in the middle, the Shap swing back and then up into Ginger salto, is two difficult moves linked, which does give her bonus.
Well, she had a 5.9 in qualification. But the way she executed the routine, good final part as well. The full pirouette straight into the dismount. So again, it's efficiency, not having to take an extra giant. Great work.
Oh, and Marco Laudadio scored 14.666. And to put that into perspective, that's the highest ring score that we've seen at these championships so far, beating all qualification scores. Oh, here is the man of the moment and the man of the last 6 years, Eleftherios Petrounias, going for his 7th title here. This is absolutely incredible stuff from the Greek. He's 32 years old. Come on, son.
Talking of sons, he has got one at home. Be watching his dad, no doubt. A real master of this piece of apparatus, and it's the strength here now. Press into the Maltese. Lovely swinging. Now that's a better inverted crucifix. Just didn't hold long enough there, but that's good. Up into the handstand. Good extension, locking out the elbows. Swing to strength, not a flicker there. The back up rise into the straight top planche, into crucifix. That's the most difficult routine. Front somersault, dead level with the rings there. The Homna. Locks out. It'll be down to the dismount. Double twisting, double back. Oh, and that little step to the side. Could that cost him the title? We're down to fine margins, Matt, but I did think early on there was a little flicker.
I think he knows it as well. He knows whatever happens, it's going to be very, very close.
Yeah, you know, when you've been 6 times champion, you must approach it thinking one day it's not going to work for me. Is this the day? But for me, it was very impressive. Look at that. Pure through the hands.
Well, Zoya, 13.833. She goes into the lead.
Good score.
Zofia Kovacs. Silver in the all-round. Such disappointment yesterday. Has to pick herself up. She was European champion back in 2020.
Well, that was a beautiful start. Stoop into full pirouette. Sky-high Jaeger caught on lovely straight arms. Big combination here, the Kachev into the puck salto. Just a bit short on that handstand, but a lovely shap half. She's very efficient. Another handstand, a tiny bit short. But good dismount. Big step on landing. Little errors, but a good routine. And actually, probably a slightly better routine than in the all-around where she clipped the low bar.
Yeah, she did, but there are a few areas there. I mean, it's full of difficulty. Plenty of height there. Gymnasts, they want to catch on straight arms, otherwise they'll pick up a deduction. And for me, again, on some of the handstands, Chris, as you pointed out, not just locked into the handstand, but plenty of height there with the sharp half turn where she transferred from the low to the high bar. And the dismount just drifts a little bit long, which causes her to take a step forward.
Petrunius goes into the lead with 14.733.
Same as qualification, he's Mr. Consistent.
Same as Courtney. Betsyan Arta of Armenia. Now, Arta was 4th at the World Championships back in 2022. He's been outside the medals at the Euros as well. He's got a 5.9 difficulty. So, Arta Betsyan of Armenia.
Hugely powerful start, circling above the rings into the straight top planche position. He'll do the same now into the Maltese. So precise. Gymnasts are only allowed to link 3 strength moves together at any one time. We're on the requirement, swing to handstand, he'll have to swing to strength as well. Lovely double pike, swings into the Maltese. A little bit high then in that position. That was good. Back up rise into the crucifix. Another swing to strength, the top planche. Ooh, a little bit soft in the back there. Not hugely deductible. 0.1. Again, down to the dismount. Full twisting double straight. Just that little step forward. If anything, I think what's going to cost him is the difficulty. Start value is a 5.9 and the big guy's a 6.3, so it's 4/10. It's hard to pick up on this piece of apparatus. I wish the cameraman would just get the angle of the landings though.
Yes, unless one of those people with the big 6.3 start value makes a significant mistake, the gymnasts with the 5.9 difficulty are not going to be able to pick up 4/10 extra. But he's very clean.
Well, Petrunius leads on 14.733. 13.933 for Kovacs, who goes into the lead there.
6.2 on her difficulty.
Giorgia Villa of Italy next. She's the 6th highest qualifier.
And a real star of the Italian team. Here we come, Kachev, Paxolto, immediate Shap. So everything's been linked so far. Full turning, Pack. Shap with the half turn. Hits a nice handstand there. Good turn into invert, full turn. Just leg separation on that swing. She's winding up for the dismount. Full twisting double back, that's great. We haven't seen Georgia Vila much this competition, but she was their big junior star, tipped for greatness in the senior ranks. But that was good bar work.
I must admit it, Chris, it's a lot better camera angle this side. You can actually spot the turns, how close they are to the handstand, and those little bits of leg separations are quite difficult for the judges to spot because they sat at the side.
14-4-3-3.
So he's upped his difficulty by 0.1. But you can see it's a big battle to climb.
Absolutely.
So warm up now for the next 4 gymnasts. Things looking good, Chris, for Becky.
Well, as long as she can just keep steady and perform this routine.
Bags of experience. If she can just hold it together, a medal is well within her grasp. No pun intended.
Well, she's done these moves and elements for a lot of years.
14-0-6-6. Georgia Vila goes into the lead.
Well, only a 5.8 in difficulty, but her execution was right up there.
Well, 3 of the next 4 gymnasts in the bars have beaten that score into qualification, one of them being Becky.
Yeah.
So it is wide open. Rings, Petrunius leads 14-7-3-3. I mean, we've only had one gymnast go above 15 in the competition, Azil.
Azil did, yeah. He did it twice, actually. Did it in qualification and he did it in the all-round. But Courtney Tulloch, a 14-7-3-3 in qualification. Yes, matching Petrunius.
Davtan 14-8. It is. He's down to the dismount. For me, Azil is by far the clear favourite. He'd have to do something quite silly to throw that title away. But yeah, Courtney's a really good chance of a silver medal, I feel.
Yeah, it's all going to be on Courtney's dismount. He's been working on it, we know.
Lifted up by Scott Hahn, coach to Max Whitlock. If you want a coach in your corner, that's the coach you want, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Courtney just warming up here. We'll see the Tulloch as well.
Is he doing it in the...
Oh.
Who knows?
Warm-up is over.
So time is up and on we go with the latter stages of these 2 finals. The women's uneven bars and the men's rings. Courtney Tulloch will be last up on rings and Becky Downey will be first in this section.
The gymnasts on bars are allowed 50 seconds a person, so sometimes their warm-up runs a little bit longer. However, that's 50 seconds a person from the moment they first spray the bar.
Well,
looks like a shepherd's crook, that, Matt, I think, Borage Horse.
Yeah. Very useful.
Yeah.
Even in the gym. Ovagen, Dabtian. Vachen has had quite a bit of success at the Euros. He was second back in 2016, third 2019. He's been a world finalist as well. 14.8 he scored in qualification. So looking to go ahead of Petrunius, who leads on 14.733.
And he's an immensely strong gymnast on this piece of apparatus. And he doesn't look like your traditional strong ring worker. He's got long levers. But he does perform extremely well. Crucifix pressing into the Maltese. Layout into the handstand. Double pike front somersault into another Maltese position. No flicker at all. Every ounce of experience into his performance. Another swing to strength, one of the requirements, back up rise into the straight top planche. A little bit soft in the back there, a little bit of a waver. Full twisting double straight. Just that little adjustment, well, that should go into the medals. Big routine from the 34-year-old.
The two Daftian brothers here at the European Championships. Older than Artur Daftian.
Impressive work, Christine, from a man of his age.
Very much so. I felt, you said he was a little soft in his back. I feel sometimes a little soft in the knees as he kips as well.
Well, on we go with the women's uneven bars European final. Here's Great Britain's Becky Downey. She played her part in a team gold. This is all about her. 2 times European champion in the past, 2014 and 2016. Could this be a year for another European medal? Come on, Becky.
Come on, Becky, and this first move is crucial. The pirouette needs to finish in handstand, and it does beautifully. Sets up the Kachev with the half turn, down to the low bar. Now the combination of uprise into clear Kachev. Another pack down to the low bar now. Oh, hold that handstand, Becky. Shap with the half turn up to the high bar. Just to dismount. Winds it up. Wait. Fantastic routine, Becky. Well done. She'll be absolutely thrilled with that.
Well, that was absolutely superb. Great Britain's Becky Downey delivered when she needed to. My word, the pressure was huge.
What a routine there, guys. Again, under huge pressure. Seen a few gymnasts make a mistake early on. First out in this second group. No question at all on those handstands, Christine. It was absolutely fantastic. And no matter what the outcome, she could not have done that any better. Well done, Becky.
Davtyan, 14.733.
No, that was absolutely super from Becky. Once she hit that first pirouette into the handstand, which is, you need such precision for.
Socrates Pilakouris now of Cyprus, qualified in 8th. Got a second at the Commonwealth Games.
Nice solid first position. Maltese using all his strength to press into the top planche. Swing into the inverted crucifix. You see the top of his shoulders level with the top of the rings, and they must be flat. Come on, keep pressing. That's good, strong work. These gymnasts are hugely powerful, hugely strong. Pound for pound, I would say, the strongest athletes on the planet. Good position in the handstand, locking out well. Forward long swing. It's a little adjustment. Winds up, needs a good strong dismount, full twisting double straight. Good routine. Just down a bit on start value. I don't think it'll challenge, but again, another great routine in this rings final.
Like you say, Craig, they're so powerful, so strong, these gymnasts. Just a bit piked in that dismount. Just a little shade off the straight shape.
Little high on one of the inverts, but We'll hold our breath now.
Well, the score to beat is 14.066 as it stands from Giorgia Villa of Italy.
Surely it's got to go above that. What a routine.
I would hope so. I mean, if she's going to medal, it needs to go significantly ahead of that. But I would have hoped it would. It looked strong.
There'll be 3 gymnasts after Becky to go, who scored a 14.5 and a 14.4 in qualification. So this needs to be big. 14.233 for Becky Downey of Great Britain. It's going to be a nervous wait.
It is going to be a nervous wait. She got her 6.3 start, which was what she needed.
Well, the next gymnast to go, Lisa Wallen of Belgium. She was 4th in the all-round competition yesterday.
And has had an absolutely fantastic championships. Straight up to the high bar and into the pike Jaeger. Lovely flight there. And the big Kachev with the half turn down to the low bar. So many of these gymnasts favouring this. Here's the Shap to the high bar, back to the low bar. She's a very efficient gymnast. You don't see a coach hovering around. Lovely Shap half. Toe full, clean in the handstand, takes the extra giant into the full twisting double back. But I'm very impressed with this gymnast. She was 4th last night all around, and she's come out and vaulted and done a bar routine.
Totally
she knows
agree.
her work.
Totally agree. I mean, the effort level is incredible.
That was lovely there, the catch-up with the half turn down to the low bar. That takes some adjustment to square yourself up for the upstart, and then opting to take that extra long swing to set up for the dismount. She had a 14 in qualification. For me, it's behind Becky's.
Yeah, I think difficulty level is behind Becky's.
14.233 puts Piracuris into 6th. Adam Azel, the all-round champion, on to rings. Can he make it double gold? He's put in some huge rings performances this week, and now, my word, does he need it now. He's capable of scoring over 15.
Phenomenally strong here. Pressing from below the rings, up into that straight top planche position. Into the Maltese, flat with the rings. Often gymnasts flicker a bit between positions, but not this gymnast. Inverted crucifix, swinging out, double pike, double tuck, back up rise to the Maltese, swing to strength. This is hugely difficult work. Another swing to strength, back up rise into the top planche position, crucifix. Is yet to swing to handstand. There you go. Such a nice line. Off down to the dismount. Just that little adjustment. Well, that's the one to beat. I think you're looking at the European champion.
Oh, it was absolutely superb. The score 14.733 to beat. Surely he's done that.
Well, he was very emphatic, very sure of all his positions. And like you said, Craig, when he swung to handstand, it was one of the best, most controlled handstand shapes we've seen.
There's only one bit in the routine you would say is the inverted crucifix, where he's not totally flat with the rings, but everything else is unbelievably precise. Courtney, pressure on.
Well, he's up next. The last gymnast to go. Lisa Wallen scores 13.733. Behind Becky Downey.
Yeah, you
so
see 5.8 difficulty to Becky's 6.3. That's 0.5 difference.
So there's 2 gymnasts left to go. So Becky Downey is guaranteed a European bars medal. Isn't that wonderful? What colour will it be? Well, Alice D'Amato will have something to say about that. She scored a 14.5 in qualification.
And a super shot into Kachev. She hits a fabulous handstand shape, and there is the very difficult combination of the Stolder Kachev into full turning pack. Super up to the high bar with the shap half. This is just the bit she can get caught out on. That turn was better. Now the full turn, she full turn here. Just a tiny bit late. Good enough to go into the dismount today, though. I think that's your winning routine.
Very strong. Elizabeth Seitz still to go. She scored a 14.4, so this is going to be very close.
Well, she matched Becky on difficulty. That's a huge dismount, the double front from the full pirouette. Interesting, before the dismount, how she shuffles right along the bars to fit those skills in. But yeah, lovely routine.
14.233 is Becky's score.
How close to her 15's he going to go?
Everybody's looking at the scoreboard. It's 14.933 for Adam Asil. One gymnast left to go. It's Courtney Tulloch. He knows he's got a medal. Petrunius hangs on in third. Davtyan second. Last to go then, Great Britain's Courtney Tulloch, going for his 4th European rings medal. He can challenge. Come on, Courtney. We're all with you.
Needs every ounce of composure and strength. Lovely start, circle into the straight, planche position, and again into the Maltese. Kip into the Maltese position again. It is so difficult to split these gymnasts. Double front pike into the handstand. Superb control, locks out. Back up rise, and then straight top planche into the crucifix. Oh, and look at that! Woo-hoo! Needs to get to handstand. Front somersault into the crucifix. I would say the most precise in the positions we've seen so far. It will all be down to the dismount. If he nails this, it's got to be a medal. Come on, Courtney. Full twisting double straight, just that little step. Well, I wouldn't like to call it because that was a routine and a half.
Well, he gave absolutely everything. You could see it. He was exhausted by the finish.
He just kept going and going.
That is the best I've seen Courtney on the rings. He's really matured. Just a bit chest down on the dismount. It depends what deduction they make for that little step.
Could be 0.3.
14.733 is the score he needs.
But he's out to 16.3.
It's a 14.466 for Alice D'Amato. She goes into the lead. Becky Downey in second. And the last gymnast in this women's bars final, Elizabeth Seitz. She scored a 14.4 in qualification.
Another hugely experienced gymnast. Really lifts and floats that uprise into Stolder Kachev. Great lift on the Jaeger somersault, the front somersault. That's the third big release, the piked Kachev into pack. Shut half. super pirouette into the dismount. Great work. She was a shade off on a couple of handstands, but that's going to be a very, very tight score.
Both myself and Craig's heads flicked to you there to say, well...
Well, Christine, you've been called the Oracle of Gymnastics
Oh, really?
by somebody out there. So what is the Oracle saying for Becky's medal? Bronze or silver?
I think actually...
I'm going silver.
I think actually silver. I think there were just a couple of areas there. Big hop on the dismount, couple of handstands, but she's got huge energy on bars.
She has. Well, a long wait for both our gymnasts.
Courtney Tulloch, 14.466. It's not good enough for a medal. What a shame, but he gave the lot. But there is the European rings champion. It's gold here to go, with gold in the all-round in front of the home crowd, my word. Petrunius just couldn't do enough to win that 7th title, but this championships is all about this man. It's a golden week for Adam Azil, and what an accolade to take gold on rings and gold in the all-round. You'd never put those two together.
No, you wouldn't. I know one thing for certain, he won't be winning gold on pommels. His shoulders are too big. But it's interesting that somebody who's so good on rings and so powerful makes a good all-round gymnast.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, all eyes are on the scoreboard now for Elizabeth Seitz. Is it enough for silver or bronze? Is it enough for a medal? We think it is. It's 14.2. It's 3rd for Elizabeth Seitz. So that means that Great Britain's Becky Downey gets a silver medal. And there's your champion, Alice D'Amato, with a sister who got a silver on vault.
And great result for Becky Downey, silver medal.
That was a fabulous performance under that pressure, and will do her loads of confidence, motivation to get back in the gym and get stuck in. I mean, that was just brilliant. Well done, Becky, and all the coaches. You've really put the graft in and been rewarded for your efforts. Commiserations to Courtney, just outside there.
But well done, that man, Adam Azil. A golden routine on rings. And Alice D'Amato, the champion on bars, with Great Britain's Becky Downey, a silver. 31 years old, back in the team, did a bit to get a gold with a team, but my word, that was all about her, and she'll relish that silver after everything that she's been through. Adam Azil takes the gold on rings, with Van Dabjan 2nd and Petrunius 3rd. Great Britain's Courtney Tulloch finishes in 6th. To let you know that the Women's Six Nations Wales v England will follow the conclusion of the gymnastics here, but Alice D'Amato takes gold for Italy. Rebecca Downey, silver for Great Britain. But that's all from us here. We'll see you tomorrow from 11 o'clock on BBC Two. Hope you can join us then.